We was just live not too long ago and got a message. Said, you in this video? I was like, I'm in a video. I was like, ah, shit, somebody doing something. I thought Checkmate was clowning around, whatever, but he wasn't. Shout out to my cousin from the other side of North Carolina. You gotta be careful on them bikes, my boy. Thought that just happened. We had to get a GoFundMe or something going for you. But anyway, I got the link in Tasia Woods. That's how you say her name. Not Taja. Taj or whatever I was saying or whatever I was thinking. She did a video. Good intro. Had me in the beginning of it. Shout outs to her for that. And she's talking about these accidents that's been going on. You know, these accidents are getting out of hand. And it's something I've been talking about and various other things that these kind of companies have been doing for a long time, where other people think it's all right. Switching DOT numbers on the trucks. People say it's trip leasing. Yeah, all right. Like I said, man, it's funny that she did the research, and whoever else did research, Ike Stevens, whoever else, and what she did, that clip of me, lines up with what they're saying. When I said, how could 2 DOT numbers be responsible for safety? When, I think I said it in that video, or in that same clip, when something happens, and if I didn't say that, I said it on a live, when something happens, what are you going to do? And that's good that that lady filed that lawsuit on all 3. I didn't even know it was 3. These dudes is running a company out of Dunkin' Donuts. When I got my first audit, they asked me about the address I used. And I had a legitimate reason why that address was there. If you want to come audit me, I can be there anytime. But I understood what they were saying or whatever. I still ran it for a while. They let me run it there. Then eventually I changed it because there was a couple of incidents where I was trying to get a load and I couldn't get the load because they saw where I was and they're just like, nah, I can't have a virtual address for those brokers. But I was allowed by when I was audited, and I explained to them why. And I said, because I don't want unnecessary problems at my home. A lot of us run our MC numbers, our truck companies from my home. Now you got people running 10 truck companies out of apartment complexes, Dunkin' Donuts, old abandoned warehouses, things like that, where you're never going to get access to these people. And you know who does a lot of that, right? Vlad and all those other Chicago companies, these California companies, and companies in Jersey and other places. When something like what happened in Alabama, or something in Texas, or wherever it happens, and it's always, like I said, catastrophic. It's catastrophic when they do it. Nobody should be getting in any kind of crazy ass accidents. But and they try to, oh, well, American got in one. Yeah, they do. Usually 1 or 2 people, 1 person gets hurt or something like that. Or you get a swift truck going in a bridge, go in the water or something in a river, take the wrong road or whatever. But these dudes getting catastrophic. I mean, like that video in Alabama, no brakes hit. I seen that day when it came out. And she brought it up. I seen Black Heavyweight put it up. No brakes were hit. And when these dudes get in these accidents, and I'm going to repeat this again because I said this all over Facebook and TikTok or wherever. When they get in these wrecks, it's like $0 given. They're like walking around, they're out of space. They're always out of space. It's almost like they got this I don't care look. Like, again, you gotta remember, these people come from places of poverty, a lot of them, and they're out here just running, and they think $100 is a lot of money. Well, to them, in their world, it is. Do you know you can live in some of these places for like $300 a month, $400 a month? And that's what we compete against out here. People like that, they get the money. I'm starting to see apps now pop up, commercials on my Facebook about send money home for this and that, where they can live good off of the money that's being made here. But the safety part of this shit, switching DOT numbers on the side of the road, not once, twice. They're getting put out of service by DOT on the side of the road, or in a truck stop, I should say, happened in Arizona. And voila, they just go back and switch numbers and go on down the road. So you tell me how the number they switched to matches up with the IRP when something happens. There's a box that says carrier responsible for safety. Sometimes people leave it blank, but it's rare that you even find one that's blank. It's rare. Those people probably are trip leasing for real. But when you get Vlad and the Hey Buddies and whoever and the people from Somalia and all them other places out here running around, they're running around out here crazy. They're running crazy. They're running wild. You see them in the Amazons, like the Amazon boy I saw the other day, running around, and he come flying in the parking lot. He's from like Ukraine, Russia, or something. Yeah, I remember. Those that don't know, when people say Siberia and stuff like that, to me, that's all Russia. I mean, we know what happened back in the day with the Soviet Union and stuff. If you know, you know. But when I say Russia, I mean Russia. That's it. But they're not just from there. They're from all over Europe and stuff like that. But a majority of them, they're right here in Chicago. I'm up in the area right now. These guys, when they run, they don't care. When they hire American truck drivers to drive for them as company drivers, contractors, they do not care. And some of the American drivers don't care either, as long as they're getting paid. But when something happens to your ass, like I said in that Amazon video, what are you going to do? Because Vlad, he's across the water. They're never going to catch him unless the United States sends the FBI, whoever out there, marshals, whatever the hell they send to go get that motherfucker. You'll crash, kill a bunch of people, you go to jail. They go looking for them. Oh shit, it's like 50 truck companies here. This company linked to this one, this company linked to that one, whatever. I've been telling y'all that shit for a long time. The only thing now is yeah, this shit hitting the fan, boy. These motherfuckers just, catastrophic. Capital letters. They're running over people, killing people like motherfuckers. Like I said, we got our own homegrown issues with truck drivers. But this shit right here is happening like day in, day out, week in and week out. Every time you see on social media when something goes down, whether it's on I-40, coming through Arizona all the way out to Amarillo in the wintertime, or I-80 in the wintertime, or any other time on interstate, when you see these videos coming up, who are in the videos? Most of the time. Who are getting these accidents most of the time? Somebody said they said there was only 10% of them here in the United States operating commercial vehicles. That is a fucking lie. That's a lie. Just off of Chicago alone, I repeat, Chicago alone, we can go back 15 years, man, 20 years. These companies didn't start popping up in 2006-ish, say 2005. I remember I used to I worked for Fry Miller. Fry Miller was one of the companies that used to hire drivers like them from overseas with visas to work for them. And I guess over a period of time, these guys turned into your VL Truckins and whoever else out there. I don't know about Super Ego. They said it was a story of the Super Ego person who used to work for Domino's. I don't know. You know how social media is. That was said on My channel one time. But the vast majority of these companies, you saw it on her channel. You thought I just make this stuff up. He just be talking. He just be saying stuff. Or maybe because I don't have 200,000 followers and stuff like that. Like somebody said once upon a time. That boy should have 200,000 followers, but he ain't clean like everybody else when he be talking. California, 600 truck companies in one building. How? Dunkin' Donuts. How? A restaurant. How? They getting wrecks and they can't explain to you that there's a body over there somewhere. Is there anybody else in the truck? You don't know what they're saying because they can't speak. This government lifted a lot of rules to benefit them. My ass go down the road, I get pulled over because my clearance light is dim. Now they cooking me. They get pulled over for the same thing, maybe worse. And to start it off, they can't speak English or nothing. But, those rules got lifted, they said, during the Obama administration. But really, when you go back and look at this, they really wasn't cooking them anyway, even before that. But I do know for the last 15, 20 years, more and more have came in. And there were not a lot of U.S. drivers going up there here to drive for these companies. They would drive for the mega carriers. And a lot of drivers don't care, as long as I get paid. And yes, at the end of the day, as an owner-operator, it hurts the market, it hurts. Even brokers know this is going on. Sage was on the channel earlier today, we was talking. You get these drivers running around, they can't speak English, and something happens. Sooner or later, brokers are going to get sued. Shippers are going to get sued because of this language barrier. I heard people say, well, if you should be able to drive a truck. I mean, it's hazmat. If you're doing hazmat, yeah, then I understand. No. It's more than just you just haul hazmat. It's too much going on. That scamming, that's a scam to begin with. But these dudes are really out here. I mean, the accidents are catastrophic. They're tragic. Any of us could get in an accident. I hope to God I never get in an accident where it's like that. You would assume in some of these incidents that they're medical. They're not. They said that dude said he was trying to answer his phone, approaching the traffic light. I got $1,000. That's what he told him, and it's all a lie. But you believe what you want to believe, like I always say. I know what I know. I see what I see. People send me stuff all the time. Drivers switching numbers on the side of the road. Drivers with bald tires and all kinds of stuff that just don't make any sense. Have we all as truck drivers done some stuff? Of course. I was talking about it earlier, how paper laws we was running. And it doesn't matter because I'm saying this because we done had people go to D.C. and stand out there in front of Capitol Hill in rallies or whatever and basically just incriminate themselves. So I guess it's okay now. Back then when we ran on the paper laws, right, it was kind of controlled the flow a little something. You're going down the road, you take your break, take a nap, get up, you're gone. Now, when you hear people talk, especially the American drivers, some of them don't like it, but they go over there because they treat you like family. I don't know what that means. But they get out there and they run for these companies. I got friends right now they get ran the shit out of. They be tired, boy. be tired. But some of them wish they never did it, but now they in it. You know, they get their driving records messed up, some of them, but they be tired. But they be running these boys to death, the American drivers, until they can't use them no more. They own. Then they switch companies, one of those 700 companies. That right there tells you how fucked up trucking is. The market be so fucked. The rates be so fucked. You can't, man, you go to Chicago ain't what it used to be. You come here, welcome home, super ego, written in whatever that is. That's all that's up here now. The double license plate agents down south, Texas, they come through Guadalajara, Mexico. They come from Colombia, Venezuela, all kinds of places. They buy those CDLs. They get a truck, and the truck probably not even registered or nothing. They running around here, boy, getting into stuff. They probably don't get into as bad of accidents aren't as bad as Vlad and them, but they got their own thing. Some of these companies, big companies, got the double license plate agents. I'm pretty sure they go through a hiring process with the Swift and Transmex and all these other companies. But that's another version of, like, you know, fucking up the market. But they legally fucked up the market. But up in Chicago, in Central California, boys, some of them. Now on both sides, not all of them are bad, but for the majority, they bad. They bad. They'll switch companies in 5 seconds, just like that. You seen the videos. You go back over the years, you know, and I started with the Hey Buddy stuff. Russia, Ukraine, whatever. What was it, like 10 years ago? Almost. But now it's to the point, now FBI want to investigate. You know, the FMCSA should be ashamed of themselves, because when things go on, like scams and things like that, they really don't do anything. I got 3 incidents where the scammers and do stuff, and they got 26 letters in their name and the email and all kinds of stuff, and whether they're homegrown or, you know, foreign. The FMCSA does nothing. They give you a case number or whatever. They don't do nothing. I got 3 open cases right now. Now, speaking of open cases, I have Vlad Putin. This one was out of California. And this is why I can't get my money back. This is why it's like, fuck them all the way. Hit my truck over a year ago. I had to pay my deductible, get my insurance to fix my truck, and try to get the money back for me and the insurance. And for some reason, they can't figure out how to get them. Sound familiar? Didn't it just happen? Can't find these motherfuckers. So what I think the United States should do right now, the government and the FMCSA, you need to put a freeze on every goddamn company damn near up here, out there in California, and wherever else. You need to put a freeze on any truck company that looks suspicious. And there's ways to find out if they're suspicious. Pulling up addresses there at Dunkin' Donuts or whatever. Yeah, now I do believe strongly virtual addresses should be banned. If we cannot come see you at your house, townhome, whatever else they need to do, then you cannot have an authority. You cannot operate whatsoever. And if we do, like they said they are doing, we find out you got any other companies connected, we locking them down. You're not doing nothing. You're not gonna run over a family, then get back out here and go running around again under something else. You know, these dudes will go out here and hit something, leave, go switch the name real quick. Sick of these dudes, man. Unfortunately, now it's to the point, whether it's the foreigners driving for Amazon or wherever, now they just running over everybody. And it just looks like, and they don't even be hitting brakes. Some people say it's terrorism. Maybe, I don't know. But when these incidents happen and it's done by them, like I said, we got our own homegrowns, but these are catastrophic. They say, well, that truck driver, see, then they look at us all the same. But we're not the same. We do the same job. Some of us do it to the best of our ability, and we try to do it as honest and, you know, as possible. But these guys, no, they get over there on them Amazon, run them Amazon loads. Remember, you come from over there, $130 is like fucking $500. You get a couple of $130 Amazon loads, you got $1,000 back over there. I saw this driver the other day. Day before yesterday, whatever. Didn't even know how to close his doors. There's no training with these folks. So yeah, I understand why now they got a national registry for all this stuff. But then some of them are involved in the registry too. These folks that are out here driving these trucks, causing the damage that they cause, and then you can't find them. You can't find them. I got sideswiped. We can't even get these dudes. Gave the Highway Patrol fake insurance. Highway Patrol fucked up too. So from now on, when Vladimir Putin or whoever, if you drive for them, if you hit my truck, you're not leaving. Because I'm going to do everything I can at the scene when the cops come. We're going to make sure if your punk ass is official. And if you ain't official, that bitch getting towed. I'm going to try everything to get it towed. And that Prince trucking out of California, Bakersfield, wherever they from, you better not let me find one of your trucks, man. If I find one of your trucks out here, y'all going to have a problem. Y'all going to have a problem because I can't stand y'all companies. I damn near can't stand none of them. None of them. Because I know, and other truck drivers have been around as long as me know, or even longer, like, what the fuck is this? What is this? And it's crazy because I know people that drive for them, and they run some of these rates don't even be good. We be hearing them talking and stuff on lives and stuff. Like, damn, dog, no. But at the end of the day, they don't care as long as they get their money. But at the end of the day, you just help them fuck it up even more. So, unfortunately, there's going to be more big-ass catastrophic accidents and scams and people with no insurance, most likely from these companies, you know, no license plates and shit like that. It's going to keep going. But you really have to do something about these carriers. The whole English thing, they need to get on it. Get on it. Because that alone is a problem. You know, that's almost like saying, you know, we're just gonna lift the rules on braking systems and just let them ride. You know, some drivers are already doing that now. I don't care, it ain't my truck. And then you run over 10 people. But every time you get on social media, go look at it. When one of these incidents happen. 4, 5 people, 6 people, 10, 12, 15 cars. It's them. Something going on the road, something happened. We trying to figure out what's what. It's them. Now, we probably have an American driver drinking or something, killed one person like that dude did in Alabama, or something like that, under the influence. But when you're not under the influence, you should not be under the influence. Let's be clear. But when you're not under the influence, and most of the time these dudes be getting it. It's 55, they doing 75, 80. I'm coming down I-40 in Arizona when I leave the house. And you know what happens? It's one of them, hey buddy, Central California boys or something like that. Or Vlad, I'm doing 72, 75. I'm passing somebody. And for some reason, they get faster. They so close to my truck. I mean, they right here. They right here on my trailer, going down the road. That's how close they be. Running up behind somebody with they ultra bright Freightliner Cascadia lights. That's something else. And those bar lights, those spotlights. The fuck you need a spotlight for on your damn bumper? If you can't see, go the fuck home and stay home. And they want to do 90. I had one try to pass me on the shoulder at 90 at nighttime in Albuquerque. The big hill. I passed him going up the big hill. There's another truck on the other side of me. He's right here. His lane's about to end in a little bit. I'm already by him. You know I got by him, and this motherfucker said, fuck that. He jumped on the shoulder to pass me, but he couldn't do it. There's a damn exit ramp coming up. That's what you fucking with out here with these dudes. They don't care. You see them in the truck stop. You be in line, we waiting to get fuel. They'll come in. A fuel pump too. If you don't get your ass in line, boy, like the rest of us, they don't care about nothing. They think they were there. They here. They think they home. Everything they do, almost, they think they can do it for free. They run people over for free. You can't find them. They hit people's trucks, fuck them up. You can't find them, can't pay. They break down the side of the road. People come out there, fix their trucks. They don't want to pay. You can negotiate a price with them. They agree with the price. They don't want to pay. That's just what it is, man. Look at it right now. What you think is in this parking lot right now? That's probably not even, man. It might be an ego. What do you think? Look at that. What do you think? Where'd the Amazon go? He snuck around somewhere over there. And then you got those boys, some Amazon boys. So, this area is flooded with them. Flooded. Oh, you see them in the truck stop driving reckless. Oh, they was in the truck stop the other day. One of them ran over somebody at the petrol and dropped, and they had to call the ambulance out there. I don't know what happened to the driver, but one of them did it. I told you, catastrophic, boy. No fucks given at the end of the day. They be trying to rush through everything. Rush. Make a little bit of money, rush. Go get a little bit more money, rush. Oh, especially them Amazons. And them ones, they running team in the truck, they running loads for cheap, rush. We got American drivers hauling team loads for solo rates, rush. When I be looking at the loads, I'm like, $10,000 load right there. $12,000 load right there. And the brokers know it. That's why I refuse to go to certain places. I ain't refused to come up here. But I got an offer I couldn't refuse. Then I got another offer I couldn't refuse. Why? Because I know they're hiding. Some of them. They're hiding. You think I'll be up here next week? Hell to the fuck no. So, Look at. Paper plate. He done had some other name on the door, and that's another name on the door. It's wild, man. That's all you're gonna find up here. That's what you're gonna find up here. A bunch of confused, lost, crazy ass drivers. No fucks given about anything. That's why I said what I said the other day. Sometimes I just wish I could go on and get out of here. I know some people are like, yeah, get out of here, go on, get gone. I can get gone, and I'll be fine. But are you fine?